they plastic. I like my money Jurassic. This pussy pop back elastic. You bitches don't want no static. Catch one of you hoes in traffic. Flip one of you bitches gymnastic. Hit and run is my tatty. Y'all be reaching, I'm grabbing. Wait, nigga.
Hey Luxers, welcome back to my channel. For those of you tuning in for the first time, my name is Kristen, and here in this channel we discuss everything to do with luxury, beauty, and lifestyle. If this is something that you like and this is something that piques your interest, come on, join right in. Join all the other Luxers by clicking that subscribe button, and don't forget the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post. Yeah, that's right. For those of you always here showing love and support, again, thank you so much for the love and support. It's been an amazing journey thus far, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. Now, I mean, this is something that's quite dear to my heart, and the reason it's dear to my heart because I do believe in a better world, in a better planet, you know, where our kids, you know, we need to leave something behind for our kids. And I think personally, as a person, I do have a lot of growth myself. I do have to evolve. I do have a lot of things that I have to either take part in or, you know, do a little bit more research for myself. However, thus far, I've started recycling. It was a decision that I decided to make for myself because of the fact that, you know, certain stuff and certain documentaries that I've been seeing and stuff like that, and I'm like, you know what, even if it takes one person to make the change, it would be a great change for one person to make the change. So for me, it was just a matter of, you know, starting to tweak my lifestyle into doing my utmost best in recycling, and being able to contribute makes me feel better as a human being. I know some people might be like, oh, here we go, another recycling video. Baby, this is not a recycling video. This is just me sharing my recycling journey, and as the caption in the title would say, how I recycle my clothing. A big topic for me because I feel as though the world we live in today is quite complex and quite complicated. So the best thing to do is to just try and, you know, be a better person, you know, even if it starts within yourself. And even if after watching this video I could make one or two people start to think that way, or even have the inkling of trying to, okay, you know what, let me go and get another bin. So one bin is for my general waste, one bin I put all my recycle, and when I go downstairs I just recycle everything. Some people will be like, baby, you were a bit late, honey. Yes, I'm late to the party, but hey, I'm in the party though. Like, you know, that's all what it's about. Better late than never. So let's jump right into it. How I recycle my clothing. I hate to throw away clothing. I do, however, not reusable or not in a really good condition. I tend to either carry it back to H&M, and I will get a voucher to use it. Once I get this voucher, it's a £5 voucher that goes towards your next purchase or whatever you purchase. So that's a one way of going about it. And then I feel as though, like, you know what, the ones that are in good condition, I would either donate or I would pass on to friends, relatives, or people that actually can use it and give it away. Because I don't really feel like throwing it in the bin makes any sense. And based on information that I had, and in one of another video that I have, what happens to our recycled clothing, as you guys can see in that video, what takes place. So really and truly, I also do sell certain pieces. So certain pieces, so value for money, what I paid. So let's say like my blazers and stuff, ready to wear, out to wear, stuff that I no longer like, trench coat, coats, stuff like that I would sell on my Depop or my Vinted. But before I do that, I would always give my mom or my best friend or, you know, people around me the opportunity. If they want something, they could have it. If not, then obviously everything else I would then upload to my Depop or my Vinted. I will be locating my Depop and my Vinted link down in the description box below. And for those of you that would love to have a piece of me with you, then you feel more freedom to buy and support. I most likely wear my stuff as much as I can. I am a rewear and reuse person. So R is quite close to my heart because I do believe in reusing and rewearing your stuff. People tend to believe, oh, well, if you post it, do you wear it again? Yes, I do. I would rewear it again, but most likely I might not post it again. So it all depends on the balance. So sometimes I wear it for the first time and I didn't like the picture that I got in it, and I will definitely think, okay, cool. I could definitely wear her again. There is some stuff that I have wear once. Reason being, it was for creating content purposes. And yeah, so I wore it, I bought it, I like it, I wore it, took pictures, did content, wore it out, but I wouldn't take pictures in it because I already have content with it. And once I wore it out once, I would then either give it away or I will put it to sell. And most time, 9 out of 10, it will sell. There's also stuff in my closet that I will buy because I like, but I never wear, or I never found the way to combine it, or I didn't complete the look, and it's standing in my wardrobe with tag. And it's like, oh, like, okay, let me resell this. You know, so I love to always give options rather than throwing it away. I always give 2 options to my family or friends. Pick what you want, followed by putting it on my Vinted or my Spock or Depop. And from there, I move on. Reason behind my decision to do this is because, again, I said I don't really want to be part of the problem. I want to be part of the solution. And being part of the solution is a great feeling. And I really think that you guys could also benefit from doing something like that. So you could also, you know, offer it to friends or family, give the clothing another use and another life. If that's a bit too drastic for you, or some of your friends and family does not have your style, then I would suggest you just create one of those outlets that I mentioned earlier in order for you to be able to get rid of your clothing and give them a new home and rehome them. And I think that would also be bank. It's profitable, and that way you would have little funds towards your new item that you want to purchase, and it's always a good help. You know, if you have, let's say, 100 pieces of item and you sell them for 500, or sorry, 500, baby, it's not that serious. Let's say you have 60 pieces of item, £5 a pop. There you go. You do your calculations. You have that extra profit, 350 pound profit to use towards your new items, and you keep the cycle going. That way, you wear something, you like it, you look good in it, you take a picture in it, you keep a picture, lasts you longer. Okay, you take a picture, lasts you longer, you can't complain, you can't be mad. You used it, you enjoyed it, and you relived it, you rehomed it. Same thing with bags, accessories, whatever you're happy doing. I don't believe in undergarments doing that though. So my undergarments, after a while, I tend to definitely cut them up small and throw them away, or sometimes just get rid of them. Undergarments and, you know, bra and stuff like that don't really be, it's not hygienic. For hygienic purposes, I would not give those on. However, I do get rid of those still. Unfortunately, that's beyond my control, but that's beyond my control. So other to that, I just feel as though it's really important for me to come on here and share with you guys today how I go about recycling my stuff and my reason behind it, value for money, you know, the value for money versus what I paid and what I get back. Now, that's very important as well, because I don't want you guys going into this expecting that, okay, cool, I spent $89.99 for that blazer in Zara. Let me sell it for $59.99 or sell it for, I would always say £100, take off 30%, you sell it for 30. So the 30%, sell it for 30% of the retail value, and I think that's fair if you have used it a lot. If it's something that you didn't use, rarely use once or twice, really good condition, good as new condition, in the condition that you could have returned it if you still was in your 28 days. Let's say your 28 days passed and you still have this item in your closet that you never use, then it's something that, you know, you think you could get face value for money, then by all means, you know, I would say do a 50%. If it's something that's you use a couple of times, preferably not stained. I mean, you don't want to be really cheeky with it. If it's stained or whatever, you know, if you could dry clean it or whatever before you sell it, by all means. Charity, you know, that's also an option. Charity is always an option. So personally, charity is my family or somebody else. I don't mean it in the bad way, like calling my family charity, but before I go carry it to a charity, I would rather give it to someone that I know would make use of it and that will be happy with it. If no one wants it, I don't want it, it's not selling, then charity is definitely the last option on my pyramid. So family members first, followed by Depop, all of my sell outlets, so my Depop, Vinted, and Spock. If my Depop, Vinted, and Spock, I leave it up for 3 months, 3 to 4 months. Whatever doesn't sell within 3 to 4 months, then I would then lower it to charity. And that's my last option. So with that being said, with no further ado, that's how I line out my thing. I hope this is helpful. I hope I could also help you guys get into the recycling, the recycling mood, or as I would call it, the RR movement. Recycle and reuse, or reuse and rehome. I hope this is very helpful as well, because at the end of the day, I always believe in trying to make this world a better place. Even if it starts with one of us at a time, eventually we will. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you for joining me on this great topic of recycling. You know, it's always good to, you know, always put a little bit of lifestyle out there and for you guys to get with the lifestyle. It is a lifestyle, honey. It is something that you would like to always be part of and know what you're doing. And be as good to the world and the planet that we live on, the rest of it. And with that being said, as I always say, until next time.
I like my money Jurassic. This pussy pop back elastic. You bitches don't want no static. Catch one of you hoes in traffic. Flip one of you bitches gymnastic. Hit and run is my tatty. Y'all be reaching, I'm grabbing. Wait, nigga, I'm bagging.